You can have what you want. But the key here is that you have to know what you want. Knowing what you want is like knowing what you want to plant. If I form my garden, till my garden, fertilize my garden, but I don't plant anything, weeds will grow. If I plant carrots, out juicy tomatoes, carrots are going to grow, not juicy tomatoes. What we think about is the seeds that we're planting. What we're getting in our life is what we're thinking about. Our harvest is what our seeds, our thoughts have generated. You don't have to go back and try to figure out every little thought that you have. Look around you. What's the effect of your thoughts? What are you harvesting day to day? Are you harvesting happiness? Are you harvesting pleasure? Are you harvesting the things that really make your heart sing? Or are you harvesting worries, anxieties, panic, fear? Or are you harvesting nothing? Just tepid water. Because that's there too. If you want to keep yourself from harvesting something that you don't want, if you want to keep yourself from falling into the mire of tepidness, then you've got to be proactive in your thinking. When you're proactive in your thinking, you choose which thoughts to think. The takeaway from this message today, and it's something very important to remember, is that you can't be happy unless you are smiling. Now, I don't mean that you've got to be like the village idiot and smile all the time. But I do mean that smiling that comes across your face is always in response to a happy thought, to a thought that brings you a certain amount of pleasure, a certain amount of happiness. Maybe it's gratitude. But it's a thought that generates a smile. In the reverse, it works the same way. If you want to change your thought patterns, they're all going one way, it's not making you feel really well, change that thought pattern with a smile. Bring a smile to your face. Just smile, for no reason at all. Just smile. And when you smile, you click in to other thoughts, to other roads. See, your smile is basically planting different seeds. Your grimacing, your dourness is taking a different seed, and you will harvest that. What we have now is a self-generated smile, and that too is a seed. One of the things that we need to understand is that we need to know what we're planting. What are we planting? Are we planting fear, anxiety, worry, panic, apprehension? That's what we'll harvest. Are we planting joy, happiness, pleasure, bliss? That's what we'll harvest. What do you want? I'm sure if I sat down with you, you could tell me right now all the things that you don't want in detail, with emotion. If I asked you for the things that you want, would it have as much detail? Would it have as much emotion? Because whichever side of that's on, the don't want or the want, whichever one has the most emotion you're going to get. Doesn't matter whether you say you don't want it. Doesn't matter if you say you want it. If you say you want it and you don't put enough energy and emotion behind it, it doesn't happen. If you say you don't want it, but it's filled with emotion, you get it. Take, for instance, how do you look at the pleasure in your life? Do you look at the pleasure in your life as temporary? Do you look at the pleasure in your life as something that just comes and goes, something that maybe you're fortuitous, maybe not? You know, I look at myself sometimes and I'm probably about 15 pounds overweight. And I look and I say, My God, there was 15 pounds of just absolute Epicurean delight. See, because those 15 pounds that I have extra were not built from eating Brussels sprouts and cardboard. They were desserts, and they were second helpings, and they were mashed potatoes, and they were just wonderful, wonderful things. So every ounce of that 15 pounds was brought on with pure joy and pleasure. So how could I look at my body being 15 pounds overweight and say, oh, that's terrible? There's nothing terrible about it. If I wish to lose those 15 pounds, I know there's certain sacrifices in Epicurean delights I'm going to have to make. But at no point in time would I ever curse the way my body looks. It was formed by excess. It was formed by pleasurable excess. I enjoyed every bite. I enjoyed every calorie. And it's something that I really, 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 really wanted to do, or I wouldn't have done it. So when you look at your life, when you look at your body, when you look at your finances, your love life, your sex life, any of these things at all, when you look at these things, understand that you had a choice how you looked at them. You had a choice how they appeared to you. You had a choice whether they continue or not. And it all goes back to your thoughts. What are you thinking about? Look around you. That's what you've been thinking about. Do you like it? Oh, keep going. Fertilize that garden with more of the same. But if you don't like it, change. Pull everything up by the roots. Plant what you want to plant. Plant what you want to harvest. It's all in your thoughts. Enjoy your life. If it's going the way you want it to go, celebrate. Big gratitude. If it's not going the way you want it to go, start by changing your thoughts. And start smiling. A smiling will put your thoughts on the right track. Smiling will get you to where you want to go. If you can't smile about what you're thinking, change your thinking, not your smiling.